Hello and welcome to Amethyst Style Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are looking at Dove of Hope again and this particular sentiment. And we did a very simple card the other day and we're just going to step it up, making the sentiment the main focal point of the card. Now I've done a little preparation beforehand and I have embossed in our gold the lovely bow builder punch and the bow. I'll put a link down to it below, but you've seen it before. We will be doing some more cards with it, but I just thought that that would add a beautiful finishing touch with this, and I'm using Merry Merlot. So we need to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is going to measure, let me have a look and see, we want the sentiment on here, so I'm just going to get the sentiment out and then we can see size wise what piece we need to cut out. So the easiest way is I'm going to put it down on my grid paper, and 2 inches will cover it that way, by I think 2 inches the other way as well. So yeah, so a 2 by 2. So I'm just going to take my trimmer out and trim a piece down 2 by 2. So we'll have one piece 2 inches by 2 inches, and then we're going to have the gold metallic, so that I think will work perfectly. Let's make sure it fits. Yes, it does. And then we can take the gold metallic and we'll have that at 2 1/4, so 1/4 inch wider, and we'll just trim that. So that's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and these are the brushed metallics, which are just gorgeous. So very simple and easy to do, and we just need to, we're going to adhere one onto the other, which will just give a little bit of extra in on there. Now we're going to use Merry Merlot because we want the Merry Merlot to come out and make it look beautiful. So I'm just going to line this up in on the center, and we'll use the Merry Merlot, which is a pull open one. So ink this up well, and what I might do is actually ink it this way as well. It doesn't matter which way you do it, whether you do stamp to ink or ink to stamp. If I'm trying to get a really good one, I will try and do it the other way. Now I might not be able to get this straight, and if I can't, I'm going to bring this down here, so I might get my head in underneath. You'll have to excuse me if I do, because I've just realized that this is very tight, but fingers crossed it's straight. If not, stamp it first, cut it out second. That's perfect actually. So may your season be filled with all the wonder and blessings of Christmas. So I can put that there. Then we can take the gold metallic and we can put that in on the center like that. And then I would probably cut a piece of the Merry Merlot. Let me just have a little look and see if I've got a piece that's easily accessible, which it probably is. I probably need to get a new piece out, but that's fine because I've got quite a bit of it. So that was 2 by 2, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So the next piece is going to be 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. So we're just going to cut that at 2 1/2 down in on here by 2 1/2. And sometimes just by doing some layers on a card, will give you that can go into my scrap piece to use for later, will give you the border, which then just gives you that extra bit that you want. So if we put that one in on here, put that in like that. I'm just looking to see, does that look as if that was cut straight? It doesn't particularly, does it? Let me just get that out a minute. I think I might have cut that a little bit cockeyed. Let's do 2.5 is fine on there. Let's take it up and see. That one seems fine. I think this one might be just a little bit. No, it seems to be fine. Must be my eyesight. It just looked as if it was cut a little bit off, but I don't think it is. Okay, so we are going to take some wet glue, and we're going to, or actually I can just take some adhesive, which will be easy to do. So we're just going to get some adhesive down on here. And then we can put the gold foil. Now, because it's, you can probably see that it's brushed. I like the brush bits to go vertically. So I just make sure that that is lined up there. And then we can get our sentiment in on top. Now, if you wanted to, you could put it up with dimensionals, but I think that I don't think it actually needs dimensionals, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to make sure I get some sticky on this. There we go. And then we're going to put that one in on the center. Like that. Then that can go in on the center of here. Like that. And then we've got the bow to come at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is, because I've just spotted it in there, to just give it a little bit of extra something. Let me find my Simply chamois to clean that one off first. There's a little star in there, and I think that that little star will just add a little bit of something and will just make it look just a little bit more exciting. So let's take, there's this little star here, and again it's a piece that I haven't used, so it's in on here, this little piece there. So I think if we use that one, and I need to try and find a little tiny, that block will do, I think, like that. So we can take this out, and it's going to be more around the edges, and again I'm doing the Merry Merlot so that everything sort of coordinates in together. And we're just going to have, just as a bit of interest on the back, if you wanted it very clean and simple, you could keep it as it is, but I'm just going to as I say, they probably only need to be round sort of on the side. So I'm trying to do them so that you don't, they're not completely uniform, although it's quite difficult because we've got this coming in. Just get this out. That's going to come in on the center like that. Perfect. We do need to have some running through on the center here. Could have one coming off like that. Okay, I think that's going to be all right. I'm just going to leave it out for a second until we've put it on. So if we have this on here like that, and then the sentiment coming in on the center, and then this coming down in on the bottom. That's better. We need a couple up at the top here, which, as I say, is why don't ever glue everything down until you finish doing what you want. So I just want another one in on there, and probably another one just coming off on there, and that will make it just finish it off nicely. So let's get some glue in on here. Okay, and then we can just put this running straight in on here, whichever way we want. Doesn't really matter which way. Okay, so put that on there. Then we've got this. Oh, I needed it the other way up, didn't I? Because I put that there. Okay, so that one's going to go in on the center about there, and then the bow's going to come in underneath. So I'm going to put this up with dimensionals, and we're going to have the bow down in on the bottom. Now what we can do is, if we want to make it a proper bow, we can put this in across like that, and then put the bow in on the center, which I think will actually work. So we know that this is 3.5, so let's just cut that to 3.5, so I've got it the exact size that I want. So 3.5 is there. Okay, so that's just a little tiny scrap, and it's only, what is it, 1/2 inch. So just any little tiny scraps that you've got left over will work beautifully. And I'm going to put it flat because, as I say, a lot of my cards are posted, and if I put too many embellishments on, the postage just virtually doubles because it goes into the next bracket, and so I try not to have too many layers on there. Let's put this down like that. Okay, so this piece is going to go in on the center like that, and then we're going to have the bow in on here with this piece lined up there, so the bow can come in there or a little bit up. Yep, there I think's fine. Okay, so just need to make sure it's just at the top of that one. So let's put some glue down in on there, some glue down in on there. We wanted it there, didn't we? So it'll fit exactly across where we want it, like that. And then we can have this bow just in on top. And as I say, I could put them with dimensionals. I'm not going to, purely because, as I said, with my postage, I try not to put too much on there, particularly, as I say, if it takes into the next level. So that's going to go just in on the center. There we go. Okay, and then let's just get a card base to put it on, which makes it look rather nice on there. And what I might do is, I've got some of these pretty little wonderful gems which just look really rather nice, and we could put just a couple of those dotted about if we wanted to. I don't know whether I am or not. Maybe not at the moment. I might later on, but as I say, you can embellish them with whatever you want. But we've used the sentiment from the Dove of Hope. We've used the little snowflake from the Dove of Hope, and we have used the ribbon or the bow, which I embossed in gold with the bow set. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, stay safe and stay well and be kind. Bye bye.